Across the United States, a silent predator is making its presence known. Once confined to remote wilderness, mountain lions are now appearing in backyards, farms, and even suburbs. These encounters are no longer rare. They are becoming a serious concern for farmers, pet owners, and local communities. Estimates suggest there are between 200,000 and 300,000 mountain lions living across the country. California, Colorado, Arizona, and Texas are some of the most heavily populated states. For centuries, these apex predators rarely collided with human activity. But today, reports of livestock being attacked, pets disappearing, and even people being threatened are growing at an alarming pace. The reason is clear: habitats are shrinking. As cities expand into rural areas, the mountain lion's hunting grounds are disappearing. With less space to roam, these predators are forced into contact with humans. What was once a distant wilderness threat is now at the doorstep. So how do farmers and hunters respond to this challenge? And what strategies does the government support to reduce these dangerous encounters? The growing conflict between people and predators is driven by rapid urban expansion. Every year, residential neighborhoods push deeper into forest edges, deserts, and mountain valleys. What used to be quiet hunting grounds are now busy roads and fenced properties. For mountain lions, survival means adapting. And adaptation brings them dangerously close to livestock and pets. In the past, occasional sightings were considered unusual. Now, wildlife agencies report hundreds of confirmed cases annually, ranging from livestock losses to direct confrontations. These encounters are stressful for both sides. Farmers face financial hardship when cattle, sheep, or goats are killed, while predators face lethal control measures in return. This raises difficult questions. How do we protect human safety without erasing an iconic species from the landscape? How can farmers secure their livelihoods when the threat prowls just beyond the fence line? The U.S. government, alongside state wildlife agencies, has responded with a blend of traditional and modern management methods. The most controversial, but also the most effective, remains the use of rifles and trained hunting dogs. For decades, mountain lion management has been a balancing act. Wildlife conservationists argue for protecting predator populations, while farmers demand solutions to protect their herds. The federal government works closely with state agencies to enforce laws that allow targeted removal of problem animals. These programs rely on highly skilled hunters and specialized equipment. Precision rifles are the cornerstone. Unlike ordinary firearms, these rifles are chosen for their accuracy over long distances and their ability to stop a lion quickly, reducing the risk of prolonged suffering. Calibers such as .243, Winchester .308 Winchester, and 6.5 Creedmoor are preferred for their flat trajectory and consistent power. But firearms alone aren't enough. Mountain lions are elusive, moving silently through dense forests and rugged mountains. That's why hunting teams also rely on a time-tested ally: dogs. Trained hounds, capable of following faint scent trails across miles of terrain, give hunters the upper hand in an otherwise uneven contest. Together, this mix of modern technology and traditional hunting has become the frontline defense against rising predator-human conflicts. When it comes to tracking mountain lions, hunters need more than patience. Specialized tools make the difference between success and failure. Rifles designed for predator control are lighter than military weapons, but deliver the same precision. They usually weigh 6 to 9 pounds and are paired with high-powered optics, allowing accurate shots on steep ridges or in low light. Technology also plays a vital role. Thermal imaging scopes can detect heat signatures at night, while handheld GPS devices track both hunters and dogs across vast wilderness. Radios keep teams coordinated when they split up, and rugged all-terrain vehicles allow them to cover ground quickly. Each tool serves a single purpose: keeping the hunt safe and efficient. Without them, hunters risk becoming prey themselves in the unpredictable environments where lions roam. The combination of gear, planning, and teamwork forms the backbone of every operation. If rifles are the hunter's precision instruments, then dogs are their driving force. Breeds like the treeing Walker Coonhound, Black and Tan Hound, and Bloodhound are among the most trusted companions in mountain lion hunts. Their powerful noses can pick up the faintest scent trail, even days old, and carry it across rocky slopes or deep snow. But skill doesn't come overnight. Training a hound to be fully functional in lion hunting takes nearly 2 years. They must learn endurance, discipline, and coordination with voice commands and GPS collars. A well-trained pack works almost like a living radar system, spreading out, searching for tracks, and driving the predator toward tree lines or cliffs. For hunters, these dogs are more than tools. They are partners who put themselves at risk against one of North America's most formidable predators. Their courage and loyalty often decide whether a hunt succeeds or ends in danger. Behind every successful hunt lies years of preparation. Training a mountain lion hound is no easy task. Puppies begin by learning simple commands, but soon face real endurance drills, running for miles, scaling rocky slopes, and following mock scent trails. Over time, trainers condition them to ignore distractions and focus solely on their target. By the time a dog is field ready, it can chase a lion for hours across unforgiving terrain. Modern handlers also equip them with GPS collars, allowing hunters to track movements in real time. This technology prevents dogs from becoming lost and ensures hunters can follow quickly when a chase begins. Yet even the best training cannot remove the danger. A cornered mountain lion may fight back, slashing with powerful claws and fangs. That's why teamwork between hunters and hounds is so critical. The dogs drive the predator into position, but the hunter must finish the job swiftly. A mountain lion hunt is rarely spontaneous. Planning can take days or weeks, depending on terrain and weather. Hunters organize into small teams of 2 to 4 members, each assigned a role. One handles the dogs, another navigates, while a designated shooter focuses solely on the final strike. Preparation includes more than weapons. Teams pack food and water for both humans and dogs, extra batteries for GPS trackers, radios, and medical kits. In snowy regions, sleds or portable kennels are brought to carry exhausted or injured hounds. Survival gear, tents, winter clothing, and fire-starting tools are also standard, since hunts may stretch across long days and cold nights. Mountain lion country is unpredictable. Hunts can last 12 hours to 2 full days, with teams covering rugged ridgelines or dense forests. Without careful preparation, the risk of injury or loss multiplies. That's why successful hunts are as much about planning as they are about pursuit. Mountain lions prefer solitude, choosing habitats far from constant human presence. They thrive in the Rocky Mountains, Sierra Nevada, and desert ranges of Texas, Arizona, and New Mexico. Their territories often span hundreds of square miles, with steep cliffs, dense vegetation, and hidden canyons providing cover. For hunters, finding them begins with signs: paw prints in snow or mud, claw marks on trees, or remains of a recent kill. Wildlife agencies often supply data from previous sightings, giving hunters a starting point. Once a track is confirmed, the hounds are released. Camouflage is also essential. Hunters wear neutral colors and sometimes use scent-blocking gear to avoid detection. Mountain lions are naturally cautious, and even the slightest hint of human presence can send them vanishing into the landscape. It's a constant battle of patience and skill. The predator knows the land better than anyone, but the hunters come prepared with strategy and persistence. Once the dogs catch a scent, the real chase begins. Their barks echo through valleys as they drive the mountain lion across ridges and ravines. For hours, sometimes longer, the hounds push forward, guided only by instinct and training. The hunters follow, watching GPS signals on handheld devices to keep pace with the dog's movements. The mountain lion, realizing escape is limited, often climbs a tree or rocky outcrop. From there, it can watch the approaching dogs but rarely has anywhere else to go. This is the moment hunters wait for. The dogs circle below, barking furiously, holding the predator in place. But the situation remains dangerous. a lion forced to the ground may attack, putting the dogs in grave risk. Hunters must act decisively, reaching the scene quickly and preparing for a clean, ethical shot. Every second counts. The balance of predator, prey, and protector all collide in these tense moments. Hunting mountain lions is not just about skill, it's about safety. The wilderness presents hazards at every turn. Hunters face long hours of exhaustion, unpredictable weather, and the constant danger of falling on steep slopes. Dogs, meanwhile, face even greater risks. A single swipe from a lion's claws can leave them seriously injured. That's why teams travel with first aid kits, portable kennels, and sleds to carry wounded hounds. Immediate treatment, cleaning wounds, stabilizing limbs, or even stitching cuts can mean the difference between life and death. Hunters often form deep bonds with their dogs, making protection as important as the pursuit itself. For the hunters themselves, safety relies on teamwork. No one ventures out alone. Groups rely on radios to coordinate, GPS to avoid getting lost, and strict rules for handling rifles in tense situations. Precision and discipline keep both humans and animals alive in the high-stakes environment of a mountain lion hunt. Every successful hunt is built on coordination. Teams operate like small units, each member aware of their role. The dog handler ensures hounds stay focused and safe. The navigator monitors terrain and GPS, guiding the group through rugged landscapes. The shooter, carrying the precision rifle, prepares for the final moment when the lion is cornered. Communication is constant. Hand signals, radios, and even the tone of a dog's bark tell hunters how close they are. When the hounds lock onto a tree or cliffside, the pace quickens. Everyone must arrive ready, moving silently but efficiently. Unlike deer or elk hunts, where patience dominates, mountain lion hunts are dynamic and fast-paced. The predator's unpredictability requires hunters to adapt on the fly. A misstep can mean losing the lion, or worse, putting dogs and hunters in harm's way. Strategy and discipline are what transform chaos into a controlled and ethical hunt. Despite the controversy, combining rifles with trained hounds offers clear benefits. First, it reduces random encounters. Instead of waiting for lions to wander near farms or suburbs, hunters track and remove specific problem animals. This targeted approach protects livestock, pets, and people without unnecessary risk to the wider population. Second, the method increases control and safety. When dogs corner a lion in a tree, the hunter has a stable, visible shot. This reduces the chance of wounding the animal or creating a prolonged struggle. For wildlife managers, it's one of the most reliable ways to limit predator damage while still respecting the role lions play in the ecosystem. Finally, it provides valuable data for conservation. Every tagged or hunted lion adds to knowledge about movement, population density, and behavior. Far from being only a lethal measure, these hunts often inform future management policies, shaping how humans coexist with these apex predators. Of course, this strategy is not without drawbacks. Training a pack of reliable hounds can take years and costs thousands of dollars. Food, equipment, veterinary care, and transport add further expense. Few farmers can manage this alone, which is why state or federal programs often step in. Even then, risks remain. Dogs face serious injury in confrontations, and not every lion hunt ends cleanly. Ethical concerns are also rising. Critics argue that chasing a lion for hours, forcing it up a tree, and shooting it while cornered creates unnecessary stress. For some, the method feels outdated in a modern era of wildlife management. There's also the challenge of scale. With hundreds of reports each year, hunters cannot respond to every case. That leaves many farmers to rely on fencing, guard animals, or deterrence. The balance between protection, cost, and ethics continues to spark heated debate among conservationists and rural communities alike. The debate over mountain lion management reflects a larger question. How do humans coexist with predators? On one side, farmers and ranchers emphasize survival. For them, a single lion can wipe out weeks of income overnight. They see hunting with dogs and rifles as a practical, necessary tool. On the other side, animal rights advocates argue for non-lethal methods, relocation, improved fencing, or the use of deterrents like lights and alarms. They stress that lions are not invaders, but native species trying to survive in shrinking habitats. Wildlife agencies walk the middle ground, allowing controlled hunts while monitoring populations. The goal is to prevent extinction while ensuring safety. Still, emotions run high. To some, hunting is cruelty. To others, it is stewardship. What's clear is that the problem is not going away. As urban growth continues, so will the encounters. The real challenge is deciding which methods reflect both practicality and responsibility. Hunting mountain lions with rifles and trained hounds is one of the oldest and most controversial methods of predator management in America. Supporters see it as an essential safeguard, protecting farms, pets, and communities from an apex predator that has learned to live on the edges of human development. Critics, however, question whether the stress, risk, and ethics of the chase make it a practice that should continue in the modern era. What cannot be denied is the complexity of the issue. Mountain lions are both a symbol of wild freedom and a real danger when habitats overlap with human life. Striking a balance between conservation and safety will remain a challenge for decades to come. So what do you think? Should the strategy of rifles and dogs remain a cornerstone of managing America's big cats? Or is it time to find new alternatives? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget, subscribe to Forest Falcon for more deep dives into nature, survival, and the wild realities of our world.